Hello Yately crocheters, I wanted to show you a quick tutorial on how to do the V stitch, so called because if I just take my hook here, we have these V's which work into each other as you move up. It only uses double crochet and a chain, so it's not a difficult stitch to do, but it gives a little bit more texture to the work that you produce. So let me just move that out of the way and I'll show you how we get started. I'm going to use chunky wool for this because it's a bit easier for you to see what I'm doing. There we go. Right, so we're going to start off by doing some chains. I haven't worked out how many chains I need to do yet, but I'm just going to go with it because it won't damage the principle of what the stitches are. So I can probably work backwards and figure it out what I need to do. There we go. Lovely. Now what I need to do is I need to go into the 5th chain from the hook, which is 1 2 3 4 5, which I'd go in there. I'd skip 2, do another one, skip 2, do another one. Okay, so I'm probably going to do another few. Okay, let's have a look how many I've done. 1 2 3 4 5 before I go in. 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3, skip 1. Okay then, so I've done 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17 18 19 chains on this one. I always have to keep recounting because I forget. So once you've done your chains, you're going to go into the 5th chain from your hook. 1 2 3 4 5, which is that one there. So I'm just going to I'm going to do a double crochet to go in there. So you yarn over, and then we're going to go through, yarn over and pick up the yarn, put it through, yarn over, and we're going to do our double. We're going to do a chain and then another double in the same chain. There we go. So our first lot. Then we're going to skip 2 chains, 1 2, and the 3rd one we're going to do another double. So yarn over, poke through the hole, yarn over, bring the yarn through, yarn over. Hello Yately hookers, I'm going to show you how to do V-stitch today. V-stitch, if I grab this, is a nice simple stitch which uses just double crochet and chains, but it can add a little bit more texture than just doing plain double crochet all the way through. It also gives a better drape to your fabric as well. If you just do double chains, it can be a little bit close together. This frees up to make it a little bit more malleable, and this is going to be a scarf, so it needs to be able to wrap around quite nicely. And believe it or not, you don't want a scarf to be too thick, otherwise it doesn't bend well and actually you get too hot with it. So this is a good one for scarves. You're going to start off, just to practice this, I've done a chain of 19, so you can get that ready, and then all we're going to do is we're going to do a double crochet in the 5th chain from the hook. So that's 1 2 3 4 5 into this chain here. Double crochet, you do a yarn over first, then you put your hook through the chain, yarn over again, pull that through the chain. You've got 3 bits of yarn on your hook now. Another yarn over, take off the middle 2 hoops, yarn over, take off the last 2 hoops. Then you're just going to do a simple chain, and then you're going to do another double crochet in exactly the same chain. So yarn over, pop it through the chain, yarn over and pull that wool through, yarn over, take off the middle 2, yarn over, take off the last 2. Now you're going to skip 2 chains, 1 2, and in that 3rd chain you're going to do the same thing again, a double crochet, a chain, and another double crochet. So yarn over, in, yarn over, bring it through, yarn over, take off the middle 2, yarn over, take off the last 2, do 1 chain and then another double, yarn over into the same chain that you have, yarn over, take off the middle 2, yarn over, take off the last 2. So you can see here the start of these V stitches starting to work in. Let's go across the rest of the chain. So again, we're going to skip 1, 2 chains, and in the third one we're going to do a double crochet, a chain, and another double crochet, which goes in exactly the same chain as the first one. There we go. Same thing again, you're going to skip 1, 2 chains, and into the third one do a double crochet, chain, double crochet. 1, 2, 3, double crochet, chain, double crochet. Right, same thing again, 1, 2, 3, double crochet, chain, double crochet. And then you should have 2 chains left, 1, 2. The second one's really hard to see because it's kind of hidden with the end bit here. We're going to ignore this chain here, and in this one, the very last chain, we're going to do just a double crochet. Oh no, hang on, see if I can ease it through that chain. This is what happens when you do your starting loop too tight. There we go. Yarn over, bring it through, yarn over, and a double. Right, so we have our first starting row of V stitches, and if I pull it you can start to see where those V's will be. Now in this next row, unlike when you do just normal double crochet all the way, we're not working into these stitches at the top here. We're actually working into these chain spaces, these holes that we've made by putting that chain stitch in between our 2 double crochets. Let me show you. So we're going to flip our work over, and you're just going to start off each row with 3 chains. So 1, 2, 3, and then you're going to find your first V stitch, and there's the hole in between, and we're going to put in a double crochet, chain, double crochet, just the same thing again. That's our V stitch. So yarn over into the chain space, there's our first double crochet, do a chain, then another double crochet into the same chain space. There we go. And you can see that where we've got this V here, the new V is going into it. Let's finish the row. So we're going to find the next V. There's the chain space in the middle. Put your finger through it. So we're going to do another double crochet in the chain space, just a chain, and then another double crochet in the same chain space. And we're going to go across to the next one. Here it is, double crochet into the chain space, do a chain, and then another double crochet. I'm just fighting with my yarn. Now when you're doing this, it's important that you're checking that you're putting the yarn into the chain space, not into the bit in between the V's. This is the bit in between the V's. You need to find your V's. There they are. So the next one's going to go in here. Do not put it into here. Always in the centre bit of your V stitches. So let's finish this row. Double crochet, chain, double crochet. One more, double crochet, chain, double crochet. Now when you get to the end of the row, you've run out of V stitches. Oh, run out of V stitches. but you've got this triple chain that we started with. And what we're going to do is we're going to use this space here. We're going to put a double crochet in here. Let me show you. So yarn over, and it's going to go in the hole. So not into one of these chains. You can put a chain if you want to. It's much easier just keep going with the chain spaces. So in this triple chain, just in here, I'm going to do a double crochet. And that's the end of your row. You're going to turn over, and same thing again. You're going to start off with a triple chain, 1, 2, 3, and then have a look to see where your V stitches are. Got 1 there, 3, 4, and 5, and my 3 chains. So I'm going to put stitches in here, 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 and here, all the way along. So double crochet, chain, double crochet, on to the next one, double crochet, chain, double crochet, on to the next one, double crochet, chain, and double crochet. On to the next one, double crochet, chain, double crochet, and the last one, double crochet, fighting my yarn again, chain, and double crochet. So you've done all your V stitches. Oh, you've done all your V stitches there, and now we've got this triple chain we started off the previous row with, so we're going to put a double crochet into that space. And whenever you get to the end of a row, that is where you would fasten off and you can finish your project, or you turn it over, you do a triple chain, and you'd carry on with the V stitch until it's as long as you want it to be. This one's done in very chunky wool, which goes quite quickly. This one is done in 3-ply wool, which is a lot finer and gives a much better, it's a lighter feel to your garment. So this is quite good if you're making like a jumper or a cardigan or something like this. It's something that will flow quite nicely and has drape, as they call it. I hope that you've enjoyed learning a V-stitch, and I'll be back with more soon.